And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25.
Let's go. Do this, offense.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. This offense, Charles, well, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
Throwing Jones. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Carter. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Raiders very strong in that victory a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Pitch and catch to Moreau to tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend. And usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His 2nd catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a 1st down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver.
Sanders got it. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here in Vegas. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Happy
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Well, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now Jones. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Third and 8.
Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one good for 26 and a first down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on that to the sideline, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Jones throw here taken in by Ingram.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Looking to throw. Jones.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 33. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Here's Herbert. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they'll get this well past mid-dot just before the 35.
Offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
That swung out wide to Sanders.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another first. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Cooper here.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Jones now to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. But I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll try the right side with Harris. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. On the give, Algier headed left.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
2nd and 10. Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Escaping the pressure right.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
The 20. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Kelvin Joseph.
And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
But these are the situations that come up in practice and are talked about all the time. This is as tough as it gets for a defense. They've got to defend a very short field after that turnover. They're not home yet, but a really nice job there pushing them backwards on 1st and goal.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield.
Really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see.
Harris, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the back of the yard, and it brings up 4th. Now Kaimi Fairbairn. Should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Fairbairn is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Charger drive about to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Herbert now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here comes Abdullah on the return.
That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Throwing, Jones. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. This is Harris on the draw. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On the option left, it's Jones. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield.
Alex Highsmith simply would not be stopped on that play. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. This is caught. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, 29 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And now they're in the hurry-up. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you got 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Chargers. Cole Kmet, 49 yards.
And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Great effort by Alex Singleton as he finishes that play off.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Jones. Forced out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
He's got the connection to Cooper. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. On the return, Carter. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break at the football. Get it out. We got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On second and goal, Jones. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It'll go as a sack for a loss of a yard, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Here's 1st and 10.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
They'll go again with Sanders. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Herbert. He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's 1st down.
Up the middle they go with Sanders.
He's got it to the 43 here. Now Herbert got to get him to the line in a hurry. And now they'll shift things around. Herbert going to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And the Raiders have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Las Vegas,
they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll drop to 9-5.